Good morning, my dear students. Today I am going to discuss the under the solution unit, the second subunit I am going to discuss. That is relative lowering of vapor pressure. Relative lowering of vapor pressure I am going to discuss to determine the molecular weight. I am Dr. R. Gunasekaran, Professor of Chemistry, who is taking class for you. Before entering into the first one, that is relative lowering of vapor pressure, we have already discussed types of solutions. So various ways we can classify the types. Solution can be classified into a number of ways. For example, depending upon the number of components, I can say solvent will be only one and solid may be any number. I can say binary, ternary, quaternary, like this I can classify. And also I can classify, that is true solution, colloidal solutions, suspension I can classify. Aqueous solution, organic solution I can classify. So many ways I can classify. But relevant to this topic, I am going to classify into four types. One is a dilute solution, number two concentrated solution, number three saturated solution, and number four standard solution. So we are interested only standard solution here because only based on the standard solutions, so all the properties of this will be based on this one. Let me explain now. What is dilute solution? A dilute solution is one in which amount of solute is very, very small when compared with that of solvent. So let us say this way, some 1 gram in 1000 grams of water, 1 grams of sugar in 1000 grams of water, we can say it is dilute solution. Concentrated solution means a concentrated solution is one in which the amount of solute is appreciable when compared to that of solvent. Say 10 grams in 100 grams, appreciable. That is. Then, saturated solution. What is meant by saturated? You take a known quantity of solvent, for example 1 liter. Then add your solute going on and stirring. And particular stage, after a particular stage, the solute will not dissolve. Suppose if it is a solid, you can see directly, it will not dissolve. Stop the addition. That solution is called saturated solution. A saturated solution is one in which the amount of solute is maximum at a particular temperature in a given solvent. This is called saturated solution. Kindly follow. So what we are interested only standard solution, that is I can give another term, concentration terms. What are the concentration terms that we are going to see here? One is percentage. It may be volume percentage or mass percentage. Mole fraction, molality, and normality. So what we are going to use under this solution, only these three terms we are going to utilize. One is mole fraction we are going to use, and molality we are going to use, molarity we are going to use. Percentage we are not using here, but we know in some other purposes. Normality normally used in practical purposes. Kindly follow. So let me say percentage. There are two types, mass percentage and volume. Mass percentage means usually expressed in terms of gram. For example, let me take this way. Let me take this urea, water. So let me take now 100 gram of water. This will take 1 gram of urea. Kindly follow. Both are, I will give in terms of percentage. This is 1%. Let me take this is 99. Kindly follow. Sorry, 99. This is 1%. This is 99% in mass. That is the mass percentage. Volume percentage will mean both will be liquid, we will use expression volume. So here, kindly follow now. Mass percentage of solute is equal to, there is a formula now. Mass of solute, whatever mass of solute divided by total mass of solute and solvent multiplied by 100 will give the percentage. Because we are known only percentage, mass percentage. So mass of solute divided by 12. So what is the mathematical form? M2 mass of solute, M1 mass of solvent, M2 mass of solute, that is the total mass of solute and solvent into 100, that will give you the mass percentage of solute. The same way, mass percentage of solvent, that is equal to mass of solvent divided by total mass of solvent and solute whole multiplied by 100. In mathematical form, small m1 by small m1 plus m2 into 100. M1 mass of solvent, M2 mass of solute. Please follow. The next, volume percentage. Instead of mass, now we are saying volume of solute. Volume percentage of solute is equal to volume of solute divided by total volume of solute and solvent into 100. Volume of solute V2, volume of solute and solvent V1, solute V2, this is the total, into 100 will give volume percentage of solute. The same way, volume percentage of solvent is equal to volume of solvent divided by total volume of solvent and solute into 100. So V1 is the volume of solvent, V2 is the volume of solute. So below total volume of solvent and solute into 100, that will give the volume percentage of solvent. Please follow. Next, so this is important for us. Mole fraction normally indicated by X, 1 for solvent, 2 for solute. So mole fraction of solute X2, mole fraction of solvent X1. Let me go first one. What is the mole fraction of solute? The total number of moles of solute divided by total number of moles of solute and solvent. Mathematically, X2 equal to N2 divided by N2 plus N1. What is N? That is mole. Mole means mass by molar mass. Mass by molar mass. Kindly follow. Molar mass means molecular mass. If it is the atom, atomic mass. Kindly follow. So in this case, X2 equal to N2 by N2 plus N1. Or I can substitute this equation. That is N2 equal to M2 by capital M2 and N1 equal to M1 into capital M1. Therefore, X2 equal to small m2 divided by capital M2 divided by M2, the small m2 divided by capital M2 plus small m1 divided by the capital M1. Kindly follow. Now, mole fraction of solvent. That is total number of moles of solvent divided by total number of moles of solute and solvent. As usual, now X1 will be the solvent. So N1 divided by N1 plus N2. So automatically N1 nothing but, N2 nothing but M2 by M2. N1 is nothing but M1 plus M. That is M1 plus capital M1. So that is mass by molecular mass. So substitute the above equation, we get this equation. Kindly follow. Molality. Kindly follow small m for molality. That is molality equal to total number of moles of solute present in 1 kilogram of solvent. That is total number of moles of solute divided by total mass of solvent in kilogram. Mass in kilogram. That is molality, small m. Or I can say number of moles of solute N2, mass W1, because solvent I am using W1. But I know the definition of what is N2. N2 equal to M2 by capital M2, mass by molecular mass, substitute here. So this is the molality. Kindly follow. Molality, small m. M2 by capital M2 into 1 by W1. Then next term, molarity. Capital M. Molarity equal to total number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution. present in 1 liter of solution. See the difference? Molality 1 kilogram of solvent. Here 1 liter of solution. See the difference. So mathematically N2 is the number of moles of solute, V volume of solution. As usual, what is N2? M2 by capital M2. That is N2 1 by V. So this will give the molarity. And finally, normality. What is normality? Normality is equal to total number of gram equivalents of solute divided by total volume of solution in 1 liter. Total number of gram equivalents of solute divided by total volume of solution in 1 liter. Kindly, what is total gram equivalent? That is M2 by equivalent weight. M2 by equivalent weight. Kindly follow into 1 by V. So all these we have already discussed under the unit 1 in detail. Kindly refer. So let me come for now the first, that is the relative lowering of vapor pressure or dilute solution. This. So here I am introducing a property called colligative property. Previously, in olden days when we were studying, the same chapter was indicated as colligative property. Now only they are giving as solution. So, what is a colligative property? A colligative property of a system is one which depends only on the number of particles present, number of particles of solid present, and not on the nature of solid particle. So, only on the number, but not on the nature of the solid particle. So, that we will call it as colligative property. Colligative properties are common for all solutions containing non-volatile solute. So when you add any solid, you should be non-volatile, mainly solid. And they vary with the concentration of solution. Kindly follow. So now let me go for types of colligative properties. Number 1, relative lowering of vapor pressure. This one type. Number 2, elevation of boiling point. Number 3, depression of freezing point. Number 4, osmotic pressure. So relative lowering of vapor pressure is given by delta P by P. Delta P lowering of vapor pressure. Delta P by P relative lowering of vapor pressure. Elevation of boiling point delta TB. Depression of freezing point delta TF. Osmotic pressure pi. So first let me discuss relative lowering of vapor pressure. That is today I am going to discuss relative lowering of vapor pressure. Before entering into relative lowering, I must give information what is lowering of vapor pressure. That is delta P. The vapor pressure is defined as the pressure of the molecules in the vapor state which are in equilibrium with the liquid. Kindly follow. How to understand this? You take a closed container and take a volatile liquid. Liquid, volatile. You take a volatile liquid. After some time, what will happen? Now, since there is no way to escape, some amount of vapors will occupy there at the top. Now there is an equilibrium between vaporized molecules and unvaporized molecule equilibrium. The pressure, vapor pressure is defined as pressure of the molecule in the vapor state which are in equilibrium with the liquid. So this is giving now pressure to this. Kindly follow. This you have to understand. This is called vapor pressure. The saturated vapor pressure of a liquid at a given temperature is constant. We have already discussed what is saturated vapor pressure. That means you take any amount of liquid and keep for some time at particular temperature. After some time, the vapor pressure will be constant always. So that we will call it a saturated vapor pressure of a liquid at a particular temperature, given temperature is always constant. It is independent of the amount of liquid. Please follow. You take 10 ml or take 100 ml, whatever it is always constant. Number 2, the saturated vapor pressure of liquid increases with increase. Whenever temperature increases, vapor pressure increases. When that is, the liquid gets vaporized, so pressure of the molecule gets vaporized, so vapor pressure increases. Now you can see here AB, that is, I am now plotting vapor pressure versus temperature. I am plotting here. This is the 1 atmospheric pressure. It is shown. AB is the vapor pressure of a pure solvent, and CD is the vapor pressure of the solution. So you can get 3 important information. Always the vapor pressure of solution is always lower than that of solvent. Kindly see here. AB green color, CD in red color, or that is yellow color. So it is always lower than that of AB. And going for temperature, kindly follow the solvent. The temperature T0 is the boiling point of the A. That is correspondingly the T is the corresponding the temperature of the this one. So here P0 is the vapor pressure of the pure solvent. P is the vapor pressure of the solution. So these are the terms you must know. So let me come for lowering of vapor pressure, normally indicated by P minus, that is P0 minus P. Kindly follow. Because vapor pressure of pure solvent is always greater than vapor pressure of solution. When a non-volatile solute is dissolved in a volatile solvent, the vapor pressure of the solvent is lowered. Vapor pressure of solvent is lowered. This is due to the interaction between solid particle and solvent particles, molecules. The quantitative relationship between vapor pressure of solvent and its concentration in its solution given by Raoult's law for ideal system, ideal solution. Kindly follow. Now, assuming dilute solution to behave ideally, Raoult's law states that the vapor pressure of a solution P at a constant temperature is directly proportional to mole fraction of solvent X1 present in the solution. So mathematically, that is the vapor pressure of solution directly proportional to the mole fraction of the solvent. This is 1. Kindly follow. So since this is we are getting from the Raoult's law. So in order to equate, I am putting a constant. So P equal to K into X1, where K is the proportionality constant. In the case of pure solvent, kindly follow, pure solvent means there is no solute. So automatically X1 equal to 1. When X1 equal to 1, P equal to K, therefore P equal to K equal to P0. Now I can now write this equation P equal to P0 into X1. Please follow. I am getting one equation. But based on this equation, problem will be asked. Vapor pressure of solution is equal to vapor pressure of solvent into mole fraction of solvent. This is the most important you have to memorize. The next one. We have to go for relative lowering of vapor pressure. What is lowering of vapor pressure? I told you P0 is the vapor pressure of pure solvent, P is the vapor pressure of solution. So that difference is delta P, that is lowering of vapor pressure. Whenever a non-volatile solute is added, vapor pressure is decreased. We have seen in the diagram. So P0, vapor pressure of pure solvent, P, vapor pressure of solution. Therefore, the relative lowering of vapor pressure, so I am dividing by P0. Delta P by P0. So P0 minus P divided by P0, that is called relative lowering of vapor pressure. So I will define now what is relative lowering of vapor pressure. Thus, the relative lowering of vapor pressure is defined as the ratio of the lowering of vapor pressure and the vapor pressure of pure solvent. That is delta P equal to P0 minus P by P0. Kindly follow. 6. Now substituting this value of P from equation we know already. What is P? P equal to P naught x1, we know already. You substitute here in this equation, what I will get now, P naught, it is there. Instead of P, I will write now P naught x1 divided by P naught. Okay, then I will rearrange. So I am arranging what a way that. So when I am arranging now, I am taking P naught out. So automatically when I take P naught out, it is 1 minus x1 divided by P naught. 1 minus x1 nothing but x2. How it is? I can now say P naught cancel. 1 minus x1 equal to x2. How? x1 plus x2 equal to 1. Kindly follow. Therefore, 1 minus x1 equal to automatically x2. That's why it is x2. Therefore, here already I have given. That's why it is x2. Therefore, relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of solute. Mole fraction of solute. X2 mole fraction of solute. X1 mole fraction of solvent. Kindly follow. Now, thus according to Raoult's law, the relative lowering of vapor pressure of solution is equal to mole fraction of solute. Just now we have proved. So I know from the definition mole fraction x2 equal to n2 by, here it is there, written there, n1 plus n2. Kindly follow. Now this is the most important equation. Kindly follow. So this is the relative lowering of vapor pressure, nothing but colligative property. It depends on number of particles of solute. So it is the colligative property. What is the colligative property? Any property which depends only on number of solute molecule but not on the nature is called colligative property. So relative lowering of pressure is a colligative property. So let me expand for determination of molecular weight. Our aim is always to determine the molecular weight, only our aim. In all this chapter, our aim is always determination of molecular weight. So I will write now P naught minus P by P naught equal to x2. That is equal to n2 by n2 plus n1. So now when I am comparing this n1 value and n2 value in the denominator comparatively, so I will neglect this n2 value. So I simply write n2 by n1 for simplicity. Here n2 is negligible in the denominator when compared with n1. Kindly follow. n1 is large quantity. So what will happen now? So now I will expand this equation as follows to get the molecular weight determination. So I will rewrite now relative layering of vapor P naught minus P by P naught equal to x2. That is, what is n2? m2 by capital M2. What is m1? That is small m1 n1 small m1 by capital M1. So let me rearrange now. That is equal to m2 by capital M2 into m1 by small m1. So automatically here this capital M1 is going upward. So kindly follow now what I am interested only the molecular weight of the solute. That is the aim. So I will bring this side. So this will come here. So I will rearrange to find out the molecular weight. So this equation I will rearrange that. This is I am writing from the previous one. So by rearranging I am getting m2 molecular weight of solute is equal to m2 by relative lowering of vapor pressure into m1 molecular weight of solvent divided by mass of the solvent. Kindly follow. This is the most important information. Kindly follow. So now what we have known, so we have taken a known quantity of solvent, known quantity of solute, and molecular mass of solvent we know. So, and if you measure relative lowering of vapor pressure by some method, you can determine the molecular weight of any given unknown non-volatile solute. So now let me go for measurement of relative lowering of vapor pressure. Kindly follow. I am having this apparatus. This is called Ostwald and Walker method. This method is called Ostwald and Walker method, by which the relative lowering of vapor pressure can be measured. It is containing 2 jar and 1 U tube. The first jar containing solution, second jar containing solvent, third jar containing anhydrous calcium chloride. Kindly follow. So this is P pressure indicating, this is P naught, the solvent indicating. This is solution. Kindly follow. A here, jar 1, B jar 2, C the U tube. Now let me come for the procedure. Kindly follow. So in this method, a stream of known volume of dry air is passed slowly through a previously weighed series bulb containing first one solution, second one solvent, third one anhydrous calcium chloride tube. So that tube with solvent, solution and calcium chloride tube anhydrous, you have to weigh accurately. Then after passing the dry air, then when the dry air enters the solution bulb 1, the air gets, that is, now what we have to do now, after connecting this experiment, all the 3 vessels, now we have to pass dry air. When dry air enters solution 1, bulb 1, the air gets saturated with the vapors of the solution. Kindly follow. Vapors of the solution up to P, which is the vapor pressure of the solution at the temperature. So that means there is some loss of weight in the case of bulb 1, that is jar 1. So let me give that one. So actual loss of weight of vapor in jar 1, that is W1, is proportional to P. So W1, loss of weight of vapor in solution. Here P is the vapor pressure of the solution. The air is next passed through another series of bulb containing pure solvent, second one. Now here the vapor pressure is very high. So what will happen now? Since the vapor pressure of pure solvent is greater than that of solution, the dry air now takes some more vapor from the second jar to get saturated. Consequently, there is loss in the weight of the solvent molecule also. In the second jar also there is a loss. Let it be W2 is a loss of weight. So which is proportional to, kindly follow, this loss will be proportional to difference between vapor pressure of pure solvent and solution. I can write now equation 2 as W2 is proportional to P naught minus P. First one, W1 proportional to P, that is 1. This is W2 proportional to P naught minus P. Kindly follow. Now, the air is next passed through a set of weighed anhydrous calcium chloride tube. All the vapors in the air will be absorbed by calcium chloride. So there is increase in weight of the calcium chloride tube. There is increase in weight, which is proportional to P naught. How it is equal to P naught? Kindly follow. W1, we know it is P proportional. W2, it is P naught minus P. I am adding W1 plus 2, W2, both are absorbed in the third. So P cancel. So that means it is proportional to P naught. That's why we are saying the increase in weight of calcium chloride tube will be proportional to P naught. Or I can write this, that is W1 plus W2 is proportional to P naught. So with these 3 readings, now I am going to calculate the relative lowering of vapor pressure. Divide equation 2 by 3, we get, what is divided by 2? The 2 is W2, 3 means W1 by W2. That is loss in weight of the solvent divided by gain in weight of the calcium chloride tube. You can calculate relative lowering of vapor pressure. Kindly follow. Thus, from the loss of weight in the solution tubes and solvent tubes, we can calculate the relative lowering of vapor pressure of solution, from which the molecular weight of solid can be determined as follows. Kindly follow. That is, we have seen already. What we have to do now? This value, kindly follow, this value we are calculating where? From the jar 1, jar 2, from that anhydrous calcium chloride. Now this value, now we have, where you have to substitute? We have to substitute here. Kindly follow. Here we have to substitute. When you substitute this value is known, this value is known, this value is known, we are taken. This is we have measured now. So you can determine the molecular weight of given unknown non-volatile solid can be measured. So this is the method we can measure the molecular weight, determination of molecular weight by relative lowering of vapor pressure method or lowering of vapor pressure method. Please follow. So dear students, I come to the end. You have enjoyed the chapter. My dear students who are coming for the first time, the YouTube channel, NEET Chemistry by Dr. R. Gunasthekaran. Click like and press subscribe button to motivate me. And for other students who are waiting for NEET and an examination for the academic year, I have some few words to say to you. We are running a coaching center, Vetri Coaching Center in Pondicherry for the last 21 years. And we have a website called Vetri.us. So if you enter into Vetri.us homepage, you can see our achievement for the last 20 years. Kindly follow. What are the achievements? A few I will tell you. Every year we are sending 15 to 20 students to the Jipper Medical College, 150 to 200 students to other medical colleges, hundreds of students are engineering students joining in other engineering colleges, a few students are joining IIT. In 2003, when NEET was not there, R. Srinivasa Raghavan from Patrick School came All India first rank from Vetri Coaching Center. This is our achievement. In 2003 itself, we got the achievement. We are still maintaining every year first rank comes for Vetri. Only Pondicherry first rank is come for Vetri student only getting for the last 20 years. All the informations are in the, you can view in the Vetri.us homepage. Now I want to give students 3 important features for about Vetri.us. 3 important features. Number 1. Our site has 200 video lesson, 200 unit test. Please follow. So 200 video lesson covering botany, zoology, physics, chemistry. And professors with a PhD degree and 20 to 30 years of experience in coaching, IIT and NEET, so they are handling the classes. What is the advantage of looking at video lesson? That when you are viewing the video lesson, you can stop at any stage and you can take notes. It is notes like the professor will speak and underline the notes. But other online, if you see, they will speak, nothing will be there in the board. You have to hear and go and leave it on the other ear. That's all. But our case is not like this. Entire notes. Not in the book form, it is the notes form, systematically it will be there. So what you can do, if you touch the video, it will stop. You can note the formula, note the definition, note the diagram, note the tabular column, everything. Then again touch, it will run. So any number of time you can open and see. Okay, right. The same way, we have 200 unit tests. Kindly follow. What is the speciality of 200 unit test? We have framed questions from 20 years of IIT question papers, 20 years of AIMS, AIFMC, AFMC, AIPMT, MSET Andhra, Delhi, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry. These question papers are only asked in the 200 unit test question paper. Nearly 12,000 questions are there. So what is the advantage of this way we are giving in that? We have observed for the last 6 years in the NEET entrance examination, 75 to 80 questions, same questions are repeated. Same questions are repeated. So Vetri.us give you 300 plus marks to you. And if you are a good student and a sincere hard worker, you will get 300 plus. So you will get 600 to 700 marks. You will get, by getting 600 to 700, you will come automatically all India rank. You will go wherever you want. JIPMER, Vellore or AIMS, you can join anywhere you want. Definitely 100% you will become a doctor. Okay. In additional to this, kindly follow another important feature that we have in the test, kindly follow. So when you are writing the test, there is a menu called attempt. If you click attempt, a window will open. Question number 1, open. A option, B option, C, D option will be there. Again, below that there are 3 menus are there. And below that again there is a 1 to 45 question number will be there. Kindly follow. Question 1 you can read. Option A, option B, option C, option D will be there. And center it is a menu called complete. And the right side it is called next. And left it will be called reverse. So suppose the first question after reading you are finding it is A is correct. You please click A. Immediately what is the importance here in veterinary data is the 1 to 45 questions they are in yellow color. The question number 1 yellow will change into green color. That means you have attended question number 1. Then question number 2 will be in blue color. All other questions will be yellow. Please follow. The advantage is you can see directly whether you have clicked or not. You can see directly. And another most important information, students who are writing all India examinations, I will guide you. The most important, please follow. You have to follow 3 steps. What way you have to follow to get more than 600 plus? The method you have to follow. First step, you have to follow botany, zoology, chemistry, physics. So first you have to go only theory question. First step, only theory question, known question, go 1 to 200, put tick mark. Correct answer, tick mark. Tick. Click. Then again come second time. This is first step. Second step, again come from the lowest. Go for the difficulty question, theory questions. Think twice, thrice. And if you observe it is 80% may be correct, you can put a click mark. Otherwise, don't put. After going 200, again come for the third step. Now going for problems, chemistry and physics. And under the problem, apply suitable formula and apply suitable units, work out. And if the answer coming with you is coinciding any one of the 4 options, then put a click. So everything is over. Then go for complete. Press complete. Kindly follow the provision here in Vegetatus. There are 45 questions, yellow color will be there. So after seeing wherever yellow, that means you have not attended the question. So you can do it everything in 45 minutes. There is a clock will be running from 45 below to 0 it will run. So what is that one? After clicking, kindly follow, immediately your window will open. In Vegetatus, a window will open. So here you will get a mark first. Kindly follow. Mark 160 out of 180. For example, you are writing, let us say here solution. You are writing solution. In solution, we have asked 45 questions. We have asked all the 45 questions from we will take 10 from IIT, 10 from AIM, 10 from AIFMC, 10 from AIPMT, like this. Even NEET we have included there. Only from the previous year question paper we have included. So only 20 marks you are lose. That means only 4 questions you have done do mistakes. Then what you want to see where you have done mistake. So there is a menu called review menu. Next to the mark there is a view. This is not available in any other online. Review menu is not available any other online. If you press review, a window will open. Question 1, you can see option A, option B, option C, option D, and the correct answer also will be given. Then there is a video solution. Video solution. So if you have clicked A, your answer will be in blue color and correct answer will be in yellow color. So you can very easily compare whether it is right or wrong. Then if suppose if you have any doubt or you want explanation, click video. The professor having PhD degree and 20 to 30 years of experience will explain, read the question, read the answer, read the options, then explain suitable formula, explanation, definition, everything. So 10 to 15 minutes he will take class on this, work on the board. In the board he will work out. You can see directly, you can note it. So, but if you go other online, only one line answer or even one word answer will be given as solution. Kindly follow. That too only in the option itself it is given, not separately. So our case is entirely different. For each question we have one video solution, means nearly 12,000 video solution answer is available. In addition to the 200 video lesson. Kindly follow. The most important among them all is our online coaching is low cost. Others are charging in lakhs. We are charging only 10,000 rupees per year for all the four that is subjects. How to pay 10,000? Pay 10,000 rupees in the name of Santi, Director, Vetri Coaching Center, Indian Bank account number 71271 9471, IFSC code IDIB 000P134, and any query or any doubt, contact my cell number and WhatsApp number 98941 76425. So if you want to join, after paying the amount, set the proof along with this number. Within 5 minutes, you will be given secret number, code. You can automatically operate the Vetri daughters. So good luck for you. Bye. See you in the next lesson.